Hello, Power Apps Maker. This is Ahmed Saleh again, and as I promised, this is our Saturday video today. So happy Saturday. And we are talking about the model-driven app timeline control. I'm not going to show you how to install the time control. I have some links on my blog post that discussing this topic that can show you how to add these timeline controls to Dataverse table forms. What we are doing here is how we can actually create some of these timeline items that we can create within a timeline item from a custom page. Or in that sense, it will be also from a Canvas app. It's going to be the same way. So what is the time control? And I'm going to just show you an example of a time control here. Just click right here. And let me actually make this a little bit smaller so we don't get confused here. Okay, I'll just put it here. All right. So this is the timeline control, as you can see here. And what we can do in this time control at this time, I have the setting is just to add a note. So the only thing I can add here, I can add a note. As you can see, this is a model-driven app form. So this is a Dataverse table form. This is a form that you build and you create on your Dataverse tables. And these are one of these things that we say all the time, that Dataverse, it's not just a database, it's way more than that. So here, one of these things that once you build your tables and you create your tables, you have your columns, you have your relationships. Actually, you can build these forms, basically, that you can use in model-driven app or any other apps that you can build in the Power Platform in that sense. What we have here, obviously, this is a form, but this form actually has some field that are part of the table where this form was created. In this case, is going to be the orders table. I also have a subgrid, and this subgrid is basically showing me some fields of a related table. So we have the order record can be related to one or more order items, and we can have obviously one or more order items, and I can show all of them right here. And this is another control that I have added to this form, and there's too many other controls and components that you can add to the Dataverse tables forms. But here we have the timeline. And through the model-driven app, if you have a model-driven app using this form like here, this is a model-driven app, you can go ahead and create a new timeline. In this case, you can add a note. I can add a task, and there is other activities that I can add right here in this timeline. As I said, I will put some kind of link for a reference for what is the timeline and also how to set up these timelines in your Dataverse forms. Going back to what we want to focus on today is to how we can add these notes. And obviously I can add the notes from here. So if I click here and I click notes, I can add the notes. I can put a title and I can have like a description in the notes. You can do a lot of stuff. You can add actually an image. You can, it's kind of like full control over the content of your descriptions in addition to the title. And you can have many, notes related, obviously going to be to this record. In that case is going to be this order, which is 2023 113, right? And you can do that here. But what I want to show you today is how you're going to do this from the custom page. So if you have a custom page, as we have, right? And you remember, this is our custom page right here for this order. So this is an order was placed. So it's an order for customer called Ahmed Saleh. This order was not shipped, and the total price of this order is the $10. And if you don't remember, this is my imaginary friend, my cupcake store that I have. And this customer has placed this order on February 24th at 8:40 a.m. This is a long time to not be shipped yet. And the first thing, usually the customer representative, when they receive this order, they can come here and process the order. And again, all this can be done dynamically, by the way. I mean, they don't have to come here and process the order. We can do Power Automate and send this order to the shipping team. In that sense, if you remember my scenario, the shipping team or the shipping department, they use SharePoint. They are still in SharePoint, so they are using SharePoint. Maybe they are third party. Maybe they are just a department that still actually rely on SharePoint. So they would like to get the information of the orders on a SharePoint list. And once they get it, they actually handle these orders from there, right? Doing the packaging, preparing for the, the items, packaging, shipping, and so on and so forth. So for the representative that are using our system for the customer service, so they want to see actually what's going on here, and they have received the order, they sent the order to the shipping department by just clicking on this button here. And remember, this is a custom page and this is a Canvas app right here. So they click process order, and once they click order, the order was processed. So that's mean we have the customer name, we have the order number, we have the address of this customer, right? And we could actually also send other information. Obviously, in this case, is going to be definitely is the item or the items that they are going to prepare for shipping and ship. One thing we are missing here is the tracking number. So what we have, as I said, this package or this item information is going to be sent to the shipping department. The shipping department is still using, as you can see here. So what we have here, we have received actually one thing we can add actually the customer name as well. So we can also send the customer name to this SharePoint. So remember, the information I have here, this is all actually Dataverse. The information here that was sent is we have sent actually, as you can see, we have to send the order number and the date, today date, when actually this order was processed. This is dynamically done. We have the order number, we have the tracking number column, we have the carrier, we have the shipping address, and we have the delivery status. So the tracking number, the carrier, and the delivery status is being used by our shipping department, and they will handle this. So let's actually imagine that they have already done this. So now what they will do, okay, they can come here and basically double click on that record, right? So we have the order information, as we can see here. Let's actually give it a refresh, because I have something here. I have a nice icon. I don't see why. Let's see, just you can see it. Yep. I'm gonna just give it one more refresh, and if not, then probably I did not publish when I had it. I'm gonna have just a truck here to show the shipping thing. Okay. Anyway, so we have actually, as you can see here, we have the order info, which is just something that we send from the Dataverse to the SharePoint list. We have the order number. Then what they're gonna do is basically gonna just go ahead and enter a tracking number. So in that case, I have this tracking number. They will select a carrier, and they will select the statuses. In this case, is gonna be shipped, and they actually go ahead and save that one. Right. So this is when they do that. So when they do that, that's exactly what's going to happen. They will come here, and the next day, the customer service representative, and they might actually also receive email. That email they can click. All this can be done automatically. So once that status change to shipped, again, we have a Power Automate that will be triggered when there is a modified record in the SharePoint list. And then if the item is being shipped, these representatives here that handling the customer service, they will receive an email with the link. When they click, it will open actually this part of the model-driven app directly, right? So let's say that happened, and maybe we'll do it in the future. And then we're going to come here to the shipping, and we can see that, yes, this item was shipped, and also the address right here. So now actually I can update my Dataverse. And again, this is all can be also dynamically, but I'm just showing you the interaction that can happen or the integration that can happen between the model-driven apps and the Canvas apps and the custom pages. So how we do this and how it look like, just to make it look pretty, really. Right. So what we have here now, that you can update the shipping information in the Dataverse. And here it comes actually what I was going to talk about is actually the notes. So I'm going to go back ahead and for now, I'm going to actually go ahead and just click on this to show you exactly what's going to happen. So now basically the shipping information is going to be sent. There is some information is going to be sent to the customer. If you remember my previous video, actually that was not in the video. I think that was in the last global Power Platform Bootcamp session that we had, I think 2 weeks ago. I showed how we do this kind of thing. This is all dynamic. This is a Canvas app. This is an embed Canvas app. Every time we have an action happen, when the order placed by the customer online, they get an email to rate that experience, just that part of the experience. When the order is being shipped, they also receive an email, and they have to come and rate that experience. Also, when it's being delivered, they receive another email, and these all actually being done automatically. They receive email, and so for the representative, actually, they can see each part how it was rated by the customer, and they can see also the overall rating as we see it here. How we do this, for example, this is a specific scenario when we are integrating the Power Automate in addition to the Canvas app, this Canvas app here, in addition to this custom page right here as well, and a model-driven app. This is all, I'm gonna put a link for an event. Actually, it's a 3 hours boot camp I will have on the 24th, if I remember correctly, of this month, and it's going to be on a Saturday, and I will show you exactly how all these been done. So it's going to be end-to-end integration between model-driven apps, Dataverse, Canvas app that can be linked to any other external data source in that sense, and you have the custom pages, and you have the Power Automate. And as a surprise, we're going to also add a Power BI to that one as well, to see who are the happy customers, who are the sad customers from the Power BI, kind of inside beautiful interactive or virtual reports, right? So as you can see here, when I click shipped, I have this node being created for me, as you can see here. And what it says here, order, this is the order number, was shipped. Tracking number, this was the tracking number. And imagine this is completely a different department that done. So a different department, is able actually to put all this information in the SharePoint list. But for you to get this information, you don't have to go actually and receive that email. Oh, okay, I received the email with the tracking number and it has been shipped. Let me actually add a note. No, it's just one button. And that button bring this information of the shipping information and create a note for you inside this model-driven app right here. Now, to that, you can actually add some hyperlinks here, right here. So I have a hyperlink actually using that tracking number. It's all dynamic. I haven't done anything here. This is the tracking number that I just entered right here, right? This is the one. So what I'm gonna do, I can actually go ahead and click on that link. And if you have, obviously an actual tracking number, you will be able to track it as well. See, this is all actually done dynamically. You don't have to, again, receive that email from shipping department, get the information, enter this information manual here. It's all done automatically without any problem. Now, because we are talking today about timeline and how we can actually create these timeline notes from a Canvas app, in our scenario is a custom page Canvas app. So I'm gonna go actually and show you what we have right here. So this is our app, and again, we have talked about this app multiple times. This is just my lovely app, that my cupcake store, and I have this button right here, and I'm going to show you the code and try to explain it to you. We don't have to worry about this part here. This is the part where actually we are changing the status of the shipping in that Dataverse table. So when that button, this click, the button that it's order shipped clicked, the shipping status will be changed to shipped, right? That's the first patch right here. But this is the patch that we are talking about today. It's actually the one that create the notes. So what we have here, we have a table. It's a system table. So if you have a Dataverse, obviously, because you are using model-driven apps, so you have Dataverse. This is a standard table. So this is standard table, system table. You don't have to build. I didn't have to build this table. This table, once you provision a database in a Power Platform environment, you get multiple of these tables that you can all the time reuse without any problems, and this is one of them, similar to account, users, and activities, and so on and so forth. So I will patch just a normal patch function. It's patch the data source name. I'm using the default of that data source name just because I'm creating a new record, right? Regarding, so this is the most important part right here. What is regarding column? What is this column is in this table, right? The regarding is basically is telling me that this note is about what record. In our case, remember, we are opening this Canvas app from a custom from a model-driven app page form, right? So that's going to be in regarding to what that form is showing, which is the order was 2023-113, I think, right? So that's the record. That's the GUID I'm actually saying here. And here I have the record item, right? And obviously, if you follow up with this video, but if not, I'm going to just show you, we have the invisible property of this screen here, right? And I have this code right here. And this is how to pass basically the GUID or the record ID from where you are triggering this custom page, and how you can pass that value to that custom page. This is how it being passed. So basically I have a parameter is being passed to me, or passed to this canvas app or this custom page, and I take that parameter. This parameter is basically the GUID ID, and this is where I'm actually bringing all the record. So I don't need just this is just the GUID value, right? This is the GUID value of that record that where I have actually clicked on the shipping button, right? And what I have in the record item is basically I'm looking up the orders table, and I'm passing to that the GUID column, the unique identifier column in the Dataverse table is equal to the GUID of basically what I have received in this. And this is exactly what is going to give me what I need here when it comes to regarding, right? And I'm gonna also this table notes, it will have regarding about all the other tables that you have in your environment, and you will figure out this if you actually use this table to create new notes or any other things, right, using Power Automate. And I will show you why I have done this. The next one is the description. Remember, we had this description as part of our notes right here. When we create a new notes, we have the the title, and then we have the description. It's loading right here. So this is what we have here, the description. And in the description, basically, because I have the tracker number information already actually being saved in this, automatically generated in this Canvas app. So I have all this information. I'm using concatenate. I'm using here basically the URL that I got from the USPS, basically to track any tracking number that is USPS tracking number or package being shipped through that USPS. And then after that, the hyperlink that you have seen in here is going to be by using this tiny HTML tag right here, which is the href, and then you end up with your whatever text to be clicked on. And then the other property or the other column I'm using is the title, and I'm adding to the title basically the order and then the order number, and then it was shipped using concatenate function, just to have this as one string of text, right? While now this column here is important. So this is obviously it's a choice column, so it will take false or true, right? And I didn't do this initially. I just do things, and nothing was happening. So I didn't know exactly why nothing is happening, and that's why actually I went ahead and I created a Power Automate. But I'm not sure if I will be able. Actually, let's see if I can. I'm trying to. I don't know how to remove this. Sorry, guys. This is just a new tool. Anyway, I can actually go back to my. I'm going to back to my environment, and I will open that Power Automate that I used to show you just the amount of regarding columns that this one note actually can connect to. It's every single table that you add to your environment. It will be actually in that Power Automate. My voice is still, I still have some issues, so bear with me here for a second. So I'm gonna go back to my demos, and I have my flows, I think cloud flows, or maybe I can just get it actually from the flows, because I think it's easier to just find the most recent one that I used. Okay, this is the line. Yeah, that's the one here, right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit this one. Perfect. And this is actually the one we are using. So it's a Dataverse action call, add new row. That's the same thing that you use with any other table that you have in your Dataverse. And here, if you see the advanced options, you can see the amount of regardings here. So it's you will find the regarding about each table. So this is account is a table, right? Remember, and you can have actually all my tables, my system tables or my custom tables. So if I have any custom tables in that sense, remember the order item is a custom table, the orders is the custom table, right? So I can actually see, do you see this? Like this is like everywhere, right? It's just like all these tables that you have, you will actually have them right here. I have also, for example, the customer table. So if we go to customer to find the customer table right here. So that's another table, custom table I made, and it's right here. So this is if you want to use this in Power Automate, and we can make another video to see how we can, build fun stuff from here. right? So this is basically it. So without having this, nothing is going to work. You have to have this. Obviously, if this note is a document or it's just a note, obviously if a document, then it's going to be like a document that you have to attach, and this is something you can do. You can attach a document to this note. So I'm saying false, and that's everything. So basically you don't have to worry about anything else here in this, but this is basically it. That's the code I'm using to create new notes. And imagine what you can add to that note, what you can actually build and construct from different kind of operations you might have in this Canvas app, different steps, external data sources. As in this example, we are using the SharePoint. You might have Oracle, you might have SAP, you might have SharePoint, Excel files, wherever, so you can actually get all these information. You might have some actually Power Automate flows that run here and there, bring emails, get approvals, all this information coming back to your Canvas app right here. And then all of a sudden you collect all this information and you create a note that the representative can just see from here. And that's it. That's basically everything regard how you can create notes from. And again, the same code we are using here, it's going to be the same code used. Nothing is different between the custom pages and the Canvas apps. In this case here, it's going to be just, what record you have the regarding of this note related to what, basically to ask the question, right, is what record we want to attach this note to, right? So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. As I said, the next step from this to cover this topic is going to be talking about creating notes from Power Automate. And we can go through all these different scenarios that we have here, and with all these, link table that you can do that. And after that, I think that's it. So I wish you have enjoyed the video, and I wish to see you in my next video. Stay tuned. Remember, don't forget to subscribe and like, just, cheer me up a little bit, and let's share this knowledge with the community. Again, these are scenarios that we might face sometimes in our daily life, work life. And then we come, that okay, I figure out how to do this, and then I would like to share it with the community. So sharing these things with the community, it's a great opportunity for us actually to even learn, right? I personally learn by teach. So that's one of these things that I love to teach. I love to give these kind of videos, to make these videos and contents, right? Because I learn from them too much, especially when you have comments from you guys that, give me some kind of feedback, maybe requests. If you have any requests for something specifically, even if I don't know how to do it, believe me, I can reach to people that I know how they do things, and and we can ask them to make a video or actually show us how to do it, and then maybe we can work together to get something for you. So I will see you next time. Share, subscribe, and like this if you like it, and have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.